game we're going to do a review of today is Drone Tactics, which you may or may not have heard of this game. I'm going to lean towards not, to be honest with you, just because it took me a bit of searching before I happened to come across this myself, and it doesn't seem to be one of the more well-known Nintendo DS games. Anyway, Drone Tactics, it's a strategy game, like you can guess, very similar to something like, basically like Advance Wars, really. So personally, I enjoy this game to some extent. Again, it's really one of those things that if you enjoy strategy games where you take your time, you make your move, and you attack and counterattack, you'll probably be into this. If you're more of like the fast-paced kind of person, probably not so much. Anyway, this is your basic screen you have before every battle. One thing that is interesting about this game is, unlike Advance Wars or something like that, where you buy units, you kind of got a whole rock, paper, scissors thing going. You have that a little bit in this, but this is more that you have certain key units, and you kind of just build on them throughout the campaign, which it's kind of cool. They got a lot of little stuff, like you can, put scrap together or create your own kind of customized weapons. You can scrap weapons, and you can equip different weapons in all your different units here. You got melee attack, you got guns. Oh, also got a reflector. You got bullets, reflecting your melee attack. And every unit has these three base abilities here, like defend, attack, defend, melee, and bullets, basically. But, it works a little bit different for everyone. And you can paint your guys, put emblems on them, check their stats, rename your guys, power up your base there. If you, well, mine's already at maximum level. Badlands lets you explore areas that you've been through there and just kind of like gain items and experience, like it says there. Save your card deck. Your cards are kind of like your special. You collect cards throughout the course of the campaign, and during battle you can use them for like increased attack or increased defense or that kind of stuff. And this is just kind of like, it's more like a story side. It lets you talk to characters, to see what's going on with them story-wise. This is just the usual two-player type deal most games have. This one lets you either play versus with friends or trade cards with them. And tactics, this one that lets you look at your units in the map. Then you hit deploy, and that lets you start the map here. The plot for this game is interesting. I won't go into too much detail about it, but the basic, really, if you want to see the plot, I suppose you should play, but really the basic gist of it pretty much is that the bugs on this planet you're on, or I guess aliens or bugs or something, and they're self-aware, they're intelligent. They come to Earth to get humans and bring the humans back to help them fight these evil bugs on their home planet. And the bugs can turn into what are called drones, which are basically giant robots, and they drive in the drones and use them to fight. So this is the base gameplay. Just move the guy. The snail is my base. Your snail acts as your home base. Your units can go inside your snail to get repairs, and it's really the center of your army. And earlier on, you don't face enemy snails, but later on the enemy gets them too. So I made my move. You can just look around the map, and they got their own drones here. It's got praying mantis and this flying cicada. Locust, pillbug. They got variations of everything here, and their own special buildings there. So I end my turn. Enemy makes all their moves. And once they make all their moves, then I'm able to make mine, which doesn't really look like they're going to make much of a move. Which, I don't know, some missions you get that a lot. Honestly, they kind of just sit there and wait for you. So like I said, there's kind of like the whole rock, paper, scissors thing going. But, I don't know, like, really my problem is, like, in a game like Advance Wars, certain stuff applies, like, anti-air does good against air, and, what am I thinking here? Like, armored units do good well against non-armored units. That doesn't seem to quite apply here as much, honestly. Because it kind of just seems like some units, particularly like some of the really tough ground units, are just all around awesome, while some of the more light like the air units, I guess they're kind of more lightly armored and powered. They just don't seem to perform as well, honestly, and it's kind of a hassle. Anyway, this is the way the battle looks. You enter battle, you can either counter, counterattacks with whatever move the enemy uses. You can defend, you just defend to reduce damage. Evade, you try and use your speed to dodge, or card. This is mentioned now. Doesn't look like I have any cards I can use for defense here. Usually you don't. This guy is kind of a weaker one, so probably just try and defend. You get a little animation here where he comes up, he hits your guy defends. No, actually didn't hurt him. Okay. And, that's the basic gist of the combat there. I'll show you a few other moves a few other guys real quick, just so you can see some of the stuff there. Yeah, my guy can't move very far, as you can tell. It's a problem. The really strong guys, can barely move, while the weaker ones can move a lot further. The general consensus, this general consensus I got from checking out online stuff like that, what other people are saying is most people give the game a decent score. Honestly, it's not terrible, but it's not the best either. And I kind of gotta. I personally, let me see if I can use a card now, just so you can see what it's like. Yeah, here, I can use this melee attack card. It brings up the special. Now I gotta tap real quick in order to build a power, I guess, or something like that. Come on. Oh, come on, come on. Get this high enough. Alright, and there we go. And then my guy attacks. The higher you get it, the stronger the attack is, obviously. And apparently I did 0 damage. Awesome. Alright, so enemy's going to make their move. And after this turn, I'll just show you some of the different attacks. Alright, so this guy's going to attack. I'll just do counter, just so you can see it. Guy hits my guy. Yeah, that guy is kind of one of my weaker ones. And we have him counterattack. Oh, that was not impressive. Not all the guys are this weak. Now this guy is one of the first guy you get. He's very strong, so we'll just do a counter on him. You watch, he's gonna hit him. Barely does anything. And now my guy attacks. Probably gonna do half this guy's life, to be honest with you. Yeah, they see what I tell you. That's kind of my thing, because, like I said, that beetle's awesome, but some of these flying units, whether I use, I'll just defend. Yeah, that's the enemy snail. Their home base they have, it's probably not gonna, yeah, it doesn't even hurt me. And then they make all their moves again there. But yeah, like I said, the general consensus is usually that, if you like strategy or anything like that, the game can be fun, but it's not the worst game, but it's definitely not the best game either. It's good for strategy buffs. Like Advance Wars. If you like Advance Wars, you might like this. And outside of that, though, or I guess if you're a real big fan of strategy games, you might like this. If you don't really fall into either of those categories, then you might want to keep away from this one, honestly, because there isn't anything amazing about it as far as gameplay or story. Yeah, so this is the cannon for my base here. Not the strongest, but it did some decent damage. And I'll just show you all the other guys doing different stuff real quick here. Have my guy do a melee attack here. He's probably going to hurt this guy pretty bad. Oh, no? Okay. Because I was wrong. Before I remembered, I thought that guy was one of my stronger units, but maybe I was wrong there. Yeah, now, like I said, the air guys, usually they're not so good with the melee attacks. Usually it's the shooting attacks. Oh, actually, I can't even use that. It's the other one that has the shooting attack there then, because usually it's the air guys more specialized with using guns. Yeah, there we go. So this guy's the gun there. and apparently he evaded it. So you see what I mean? Because this file is basically near the very end of the game, and it is a kind of a slow-moving kind of deal there. Now this should actually do some decent damage. There we go. That's the basic gist of the game, and you take turns making moves, doing attacks, and you kind of just work your way through the enemy units. Usually your objective is just to take out all the units until you beat all of them. So like I said, if you're a fan of strategy, maybe RTS, but just strategy games or turn-based games, if you like Advance Wars games like that, you might enjoy this. Otherwise, I don't know if I'd really suggest this for most people. You might just pass this up instead of giving it a shot. I wouldn't worry too much anyway, because from what I understand, this game seems to be a bit difficult to find there. But for people that do enjoy strategy games, they seem to like it. And it was decent for me, and I gave it a playthrough or two. I can't say I'll be playing it again, but, Anyway, that's it for Drone Tactics, so if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to comment my video, let me know. Otherwise, feel free to, of course, like my video, share my video, and subscribe to my channel, and I will definitely look forward to bringing you more videos soon here.